So hello everyone and welcome down to the plot. It's the first time I've been down here in several months. I've had, there was a load of bad weather and because we're on clay soil it just makes it a nightmare to come down if it's been sort of heavily raining. We had a few months where it just rained, so I kind of stayed away. And then recently, as the weather's got better, I've been doing other things. I've been away for a week. I've spent time doing my master's dissertation as well, so I've been fairly busy, but I've managed to find a free day to come down and kind of assess the damage and see what the plot's like, and I've been pleasantly surprised. So let's go and have a look. So here we go, this is plot 89. The sign still hasn't been put back. Looks like we've just missed kind of the bulk of the daffodils. These have been in for a few years, and the majority of them have always come up blind, but this year it looks like we've had a decent show, particularly this side. Not so much on the other side, but we may well have just missed a load. And actually, looking at the plot, as you can see, it looks fairly tidy. I was expecting it to be all overgrown, given it's been months since I've been up here. But let's have a quick walk down and see what we've got. So this side is where the old raspberry bed was. I did clear it a little bit at the end of last year. But grass is okay, I can get rid of that, that's not a problem. This side, we've got a bed at the front here. Not sure what I'm going to put there yet, but I've got all the onions and shallots that need to find a home, so that might be where they live. And on this side, although it's looking a bit overgrown, we have got some rhubarbs coming through. Multiple different plants that all look to be doing reasonably well. The white currant plant's still alive. This side, it's a little bit overgrown. This is a cherry. I don't know what is going to happen with that. It does look a bit dead. But then next to it, we've got the other cherry, and I was a bit worried about this one as well. But this is sort of come into leaf, so fingers crossed that will pick up and do well. Come here, I've obviously given it a little bit of a trim, make it look a bit tidier. But the beds, again, haven't done too badly. We've got a bit of grass, which is fine. And the odd little tuft of what look like forget-me-not type flowers. I'm not sure they are, but they look quite nice. And very neat little tiny bushes as well, which is quite cool. The ones over the back, again, are fairly similar. Now this is the only bed here that's left that's got the wood chip on. So that's going to be a job to clear that off at some point in the near future. And up here is my purple sprouting broccoli from last year. It looks like the pigeons have had a bit of a field day, but we have still got some little broccolis coming through. So I will look at sticking a net over that. I've got some blue pipe at home that I can bring back and put a bit of debris netting over. All the fruit trees seem to be doing quite well. So this one was, I have no idea because the label's gone. I think that might be the nectarine. No, I like that's the nectarine. So that must be the plum that side. Along to the other side, I think this one was cherry if I remember rightly. I'm not sure. I think that's a cherry. And then we had a pear and an apple. This one's still a bit on the wonk. I do need to put up a couple of posts just to support these. Come over here, this is where my wildflower area and pond was. As you'd imagine, all the kind of flowers and things have died down, apart from the dandelions, which I'm going to leave. So I've seen plenty of bees coming and having a little nibble on those. Pond is looking a little bit murky, but it's a natural pond, so I'm not going to keep emptying and cleaning. But there's no sort of tadpoles or anything like that I can see in there. come here to this side. You might remember that I built this little decking area last year. In all the wind, the veggie pod had fallen over and sustained a bit of damage, so I do need to order a connector to repair that. My plan last year had been to use it as kind of a seedling area, but put in some capillary matting and fill in the water areas with water and using those for my seedlings. But I think I'm going to fill it with compost this year, just because that helps add a lot of weight to the structure and will stop it blowing over in a heavy wind. And that's kind of as far as I've got here with the kind of grass cutting at the moment. I've got some tidying up to do. I've got a big wrecking bar at home, so I can hopefully take apart some of these pallets and tidy this area, because I would like this year to be able to start growing up this area. And over the back, last year this was horrifically overgrown to the point where a strimmer wouldn't cut it. I'd need a brush cutter, which I have got on my strimmer, but I couldn't find the bits to turn it into a brush cutter. So all in all, it's not done too bad down here, even though I've not been about. And the front half is looking fairly tidy, so I'm happy, a lot happier than I thought I'd be. Well, let's move on to the other plot. Okay, so we'll move on to the next plot, plot 64. As you can see, the front, we've still got all the pallet colours. There are some dandelions and bits and bobs growing in them. They should be easy to clear though, because there were no dig sort of pallet colours, so hopefully they'll be easy to get out. Let's come over to the side. We've got the black currants that I dug this bed out and put along here last year. I've cleared over here a little bit more than last year as well. So we've got the 2 rhubarb plants that look like they're doing quite well. This one has got a raspberry growing up it as well. They look like they're doing quite well. Now here is where there used to be a raspberry bed. I've decided last year I didn't really get anything off of them. I've got lots of growth but no fruits, and I've planted a raspberry bed, so I thought I'd just clear this off and I'll turn that into another bed where I can grow something else. Over here is the bed that I cleared off last year. Didn't get around to doing anything with. So this one will be cleared as well, and we'll have a bed either side of this path here. Reasonable sized beds. I'm going to get the rotavator on there and clear them off. Coming down to the raspberry bed that I made last year. We've got a few grown at the front, and we have got some growth on some of the raspberries in here, not a lot. As you might remember, these were the Thompson Morgan ones that I didn't have a lot of hope in. It's the third chance for them to send some ones that actually grow. We've had 2 lots already that did absolutely nothing, so fingers crossed these will do the trick. If not, I'll be getting them from somewhere else. We've got a pile of stuff that was left on this plot when I took it over. This will need sorting through at some point, as will this area over there. All stuff that was left here when I took over the plot that I've not got around to clearing away. Here we've got the pear tree. We do have some flowers on it, which we didn't get any at all last year. We didn't get any fruit, so I'm hoping the fact that we've got flowers on this means that we will get some pears this year. So I've yet to try any pears off this tree. This will be the second, third season that I've had this plot. First year I took it on right at the end of the season when all the fruit was gone, and then last year, because of the weather, we got absolutely nothing out of it. We didn't get any blossom at all at the start of the year. And then coming here, we've got the 2 apple trees. Now I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with these in the future. They're very close together, a bit crowded, so I don't know what to do. I wouldn't mind being able to dig one out and transfer it to another part of the plot, but I think they're too big to be able to do that. But as you can see on them, we have got some buds, some flowers coming up. So again, hopefully we'll get some fruit off this. We didn't last year, but again, we didn't get any of the buds or the flowers at the start of the year because of the really dry, hot weather. Here we've got the flowering currant. So this, you don't get any fruit off of it, but it puts on a lovely display of flowers, which is why I've kept it, and the bees love it. We've got the red currant bush, which is starting to produce lots of leaves. And again, I think that was either a red currant or black currant that we've got there. Might even be a white currant, but either way, these just kind of get on with it themselves and just give lots of currants each year. And then at the back, all we've got is the 2 beds here, which I used this one for beans last year, but it was kind of a not a very good attempt. So hopefully this year I'll get some started a bit earlier on, get them ready, make sure I clear the ground properly this year, and hopefully we'll get some more beans. I might not do them here, I might do them somewhere else. And then this one over here is one that I've never used before. I've got a bit of a fight to get rid of the weed membrane that had been left on here by the previous owners, but I'll open this one up and the bean one, and we can have another 2 beds here. So that is it for my first day back down the plot for the year. It's really hot and I'm getting sort of a bit dehydrated and sweaty, so I'm going to head back home and get in the greenhouse and get some seeds started. So that's all from the plot for now. So thanks for watching, take care, happy allotmenting.